Hello there, very good afternoon. You're joining Lunchtime News here on MTV Sports. Let's start with your headlines. The Sri Lankan Deputy High Commissioner in Chennai advises Sri Lankans to postpone travel to Tamil Nadu. Galle District Disaster Management Centre says the strong winds that swept across Karandeni yesterday were due to tornado condition. Meanwhile, Cypriot President hails bailout deal. Well, now to those stories in detail. The acting Deputy High Commissioner of Sri Lanka to Chennai, Amir Rajwad, urges Sri Lankans to postpone travel to Tamil Nadu due to the tense situation prevailing in South India.
Now, the situation in Tamil Nadu has not improved. The same tensed situation is prevailing in Tamil Nadu. There are some protests still going on. So that's why I would like to advise those who want to visit Tamil Nadu to postpone their visits for the moment until the situation comes to normalcy.
Meanwhile, Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu Jayalalitha Jayaram made a strong appeal to Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh not to attend the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting to be held in Sri Lanka.
The BBC World Service reports that the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu has made this appeal in a letter to Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. Jayalalitha Jayaram called upon the Indian Premier to demand that the venue for the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting or CHOGM be shifted to another country. In her letter, Jayalalitha reiterated that India should not attend CHOGM if it is held in Sri Lanka.
Meanwhile, the Galle District Disaster Management Centre says that the strong winds that swept across the Karandeni area in Galle last evening have been identified as a tornado condition. The centre points out that several houses and public property were destroyed by the winds.
The Kiripeda Sri Vijay Sundara Ramya in Karandeni was the worst affected by the strong winds yesterday. Our correspondent said that several buildings in the temple were destroyed. Nearly 10 houses were also destroyed by the winds that swept across the Karandeni area in Galle.
Well, in more local news, Professor Gihan Amarathunga, the head of Electronics, Power and Energy Conservation at the University of Cambridge, says that the type of products Sri Lanka exports should have more technology and knowledge-based content. The Professor of Engineering expressed this view at the Arthur C. Clarke Memorial Lecture, which was held at the BMICH in Colombo last evening. The lecture was held under the theme Value Creation for Economic Development Through Technology.
A distinguished gathering including the Minister of Technology, Research and Atomic Energy, Patali Champika Ranavaka, was present for the Arthur C. Clarke Memorial Lecture. The lecture was delivered by Professor of Engineering and Head of Electronics, Power and Energy Conservation at the University of Cambridge, Professor Gihan Amarathunga.
I think 60% of our exports are classified as light industrial products. So we're already on an industrial path. However, the type of products we export has to have more technology and knowledge-based content. Now, for example, IT, electronics, nanotechnology, biotechnology, advanced manufacturing, and intellectual property-based enhancements to export products have to be included in the portfolio of products which we export out of Sri Lanka. And just to put that in context, the fraction of advanced technology-based exports, if one looks at South Korea and Taiwan is a good example, island of 20 million people, it's about 90% advanced technology-based exports out of their exports. Malaysia is at 50%, Thailand at 20%, and in Sri Lanka we're at 2%.
Well, the Public Utilities Commission says that nearly 100 people have lodged written submissions with the Commission on the proposed increase in electricity tariffs. Director General of the PUC, Damit Kumar Singh, noted that written submissions can be made until the 28th of this month. Kumar Singh says that oral views can be expressed on the 4th of next month regarding the proposed increase in electricity tariffs. Now, meanwhile, the University Grounds Commission says that students who pass the 2012 GCE Advanced Level Examination will be enrolled in universities before the end of this year.
The chairperson of the University Grants Commission, Professor Kshanika Hirumberegama, said that discussions will be held in this regard with vice-chancellors of universities at the end of next month. She added that students who passed 2012 advanced level examinations have already applied for university entrance. Professor Kshanika Hirumberegama also said that students who passed the 2011 A-level examinations will be admitted to universities before the Sinhala and Tamil New Year.
A person sustained injuries when a tipper truck fell off a precipice in the Ambavilla area on the Balangoda Ambalipitia road. Our correspondent said that the accident occurred last night near the Ambavilla tank. The tipper truck had fallen off the precipice and had landed on a near tree the tank. The driver of the tipper truck is receiving treatment at the Pallebadda District Hospital. The Department of National Zoological Gardens has decided to implement a program to exchange zoo animals with other countries.
Director of the department, Anuradhi Silva, said that zoo animals will be exchanged with countries such as India, China and Japan under this program. Thereby, plans are afoot to give anacondas to a zoo in Delhi in exchange for a type of deer. In addition to this, Sri Lanka presents 2 leopards to Japan in exchange for 5 penguins.
Well, in sports, a resilient low-order batting display handed England a draw against New Zealand in their third and final test at Auckland today. With this draw, the 3-match series ended in a 0-0 stalemate. After first innings totals of 443 by the home team and 204 by England, the Kiwis declared their second innings on 241 for 6, setting the visitors a target of 481. England resumed batting in their second innings on an overnight score of 90 for 4 on day 5 today. After 2 quick dismissals of Joe Root and Johnny Bairstow, overnight batsmen Ian Bell and Matt Price had a 7th wicket stand of 78 runs.
Shot. 4.
Bell was dismissed for 75 and the Black Caps gained the upper hand by claiming 2 more wickets with 4 more overs to go. Number 11 batsman Monty Panesa then joined Matt Price to defend the remaining overs and secure a draw in a thrilling encounter. Wicketkeeper Matt Price was unbeaten on a resilient 110 while Kane Williamson bagged 4 wickets for the Kiwis.
And now he's jubilant about what he's done. You just have to applaud him, folks. And you have to applaud him and his men as well.
Well, in more sports news, Joe Wilfred Tsonga marched into the 4th round of the ATP Masters Miami Open with a straightforward win over Jarkko Nieminen 6-3, 6-3. The 6th seed Joe Wilfred Tsonga broke the Finn 3 times and won 20 more points in the match to seal the win in just over an hour. The Frenchman will face 9th seeded Marin Cilic next to beat American John Isner 6-3, 7-6. Meanwhile, 4th seeded Thomas Berdych battled past Alejandro Fala 2-6, 7-6, 6-4, saving 2 match points to edge the Colombian in 2 hours and 21 minutes. The Czech will next play Sam Querrey. The top-ranked American earned a walkover when Milos Raonic withdrew with an illness before the start of their 3rd round meeting. Well, before we wrap up, here's a look at another story. The Canadian Prime Minister and his wife welcomed the arrival of 2 giant pandas in Toronto yesterday.
5-year-old female Urshun and 4-year-old male Damau arrived at Toronto Pearson International Airport in the Panda Express, a specially outfitted plane after the 15-hour flight from China. A deal was struck between Canada and China in February 2012 to bring the pandas to Canada during Prime Minister Stephen Harper's visit in China. Harper said at the airport that the arrival of the pandas will deepen the understanding between Canada and China. The pandas will go to the Toronto and Calgary zoos for 5 years each. The pandas are scheduled to make their first public appearance in mid-May after a month-long quarantine period.
Well, that concludes our lunchtime news bulletin for this afternoon. I'm Aaron Rajaratnam for News First.